actually sealing them. The cart, this cart rolls very easily. I will probably put larger wheels on. That's with push it around. That's with 2 6-foot modules on there. You're probably talking another 10 pounds, 20 pounds with scenery. There's a gap of 1 foot left for scenery for each module. The modules have the cleats on both sides that hold them in place. These clamps will hold this down and the above rack. So you can use these everywhere, and we got tons of these. They're identical in height. And, well, actually, that's where they'll go. Open them legs. If we wanted to, where I'm thinking of designing corners, this could actually donate as a corner here.
Okay, could you slide the cart out of the way?
Yeah. Yeah. Together, you can make this a corner depending on your curve, and it would take a lot of scenery away from the corner. You know, we've got a lot of stuff on our corners now, so we made separate corners that would basically match right up to this. We could do this. These are, you know, that's just from putting
since we got 4 corners, why do we want to do this?
Well, we want to do this because it will take.
You're talking about replacing the existing corners.
Oh yes, this
replacing
work into these. It would take 4 people an hour to set this up, and this doesn't. There is no leveling. You don't have to level because we're going to use the bridge tracks here. You set it up, you're done. You put it back on these carts, you run these carts in the trailer, and that's it.
So we're proposing the whole thing be complete layout with this stuff, and your
Right.
own modules you don't.
Right. Evolving away from them. I mean, you look at how many men in here are under 60. Not many.
And non-men also.
Right. 3 of them. 4 of us. But the idea that, again, the first paragraph of my thing, the idea was to make it lighter, quicker to set up, quicker to tear down, and faster to be running trains. That's what we're there for, is to run the trains, not to work ourselves to death every time we do this. The Mobile Club has used this for 30 years. They still have their same doors. They haven't deteriorated. Sipping and Switching uses this. They don't use doors, but it's similar to this. I've read other articles where they do use these doors. If we wanted to lift this up, it's in the book, or the right up to you. You put 1-inch conduit in these legs. You can put adjusters on the bottom, just so they're there. But and there will be hinges. The hinges will fit, join the tables. Once they're they're mounted, you'll have a pin that you can pop in and pop out. The hinge can work on the corner, works on the side. Each module will be set together so it works. It'll be hooked up, it'll be tested, and again, every individual is not going to be doing these by themselves. We're going to have people, the same people, build them. Once they're built, the main tracks are laid and the circuits are tested, then a member can take it and put whatever scenery he wants on. But again, you know.
Will these integrate with what we've got now? Because I don't have any modules.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure I'd be wanting to tell everybody who has a module that
Well,
they got to dump them. But if we're going to slowly and methodically work our way.
It's a club. It's a club, and we don't have to accept any of this. But when
No,
we're
I'm just
looking,
asking because we can use the existing modules with these.
you could clamp these. These do have a lip on them that they could clamp. We might have to put extend it somehow. So
How high is this?
Right,
these are
Standard thing.
30 inches, right?
30.
They're talking about something another 10 inches.
Well, again,
That's
that's
right.
where the
These are
you
just
know,
a
the
prototype.
Bible.
I mean, we didn't go to the works of getting it high enough or anything.
You can
because
put the
if it
metal
didn't go through-
conduit in, set up a self-tacking screw. Wood dowel goes in the end of it. You lock that in with a screw, and you got your adjusters. And you can set it, I think, 9 1/4 inches would bring it up to RA standards high.
How do you level these things when you have floors that are as wobbly as we find them?
Use the clamps.
You can use clamps, but again,
We use clamps.
the hinges will help lock the tables together at the same level because they're gonna integrate. And to me, I don't believe these floors are as on a level as they seem to be. The point in fact was what happened at Fairhope. The corner table wasn't level, but people had started moving out, adjusting to the corner to an unlevel table, and that's why they were way out of limits. That floor did not change over the last 5 years to be that wrong. And I think our problem is that we blame things on the floor when it's not the floor, it's the modules.
The Siphon and Switching Group does not have any floor level. As a matter of fact, what they do is they integrate rollers into the tables. And what they have found is that with their plugs, okay, when they get inserted into each other and then clamped, if there is any irregularities in the floor, other modules support other modules wherever there may be any unevenness.
Quite literally,
So what happens is you may actually have a foot off the floor.
That's right. And
But
I've
it
seen
doesn't.
them
But it
out
doesn't.
like
But
that.
it doesn't matter because the rest of the unit is all self-supporting.
That's right.
Now, we've also, when we cut these doors, we put a 2-inch piece of wood in here instead of the 1 inch that was there. In fact, one end of it, the upper end was paper. So, if we wanted to, we could put dowels in here, and again, help them. But with the hinges locking them together, you won't need the dowels.
And also, you could put more than just 2 tracks and 3 people can be running.
You can build, now again, the doors also, you can buy them in 24 inch, 28 inch, you can get 36 inches.
Well, you can get a 48 handicap door if you really want it, but that's going to cost you more than $25.
But,
You get up in that size, you laminate like chip did.
you know, again, the plugs, again, the wiring, all the plugs, all 3 circuits, the Loconet, 120 volt circuit, and the main bus for the track will be right here so they can be plugged in. There's none of this crawling all under the table and none wiring this. and unwiring that. You unplug it, fold this up, stick it on the cart, and you're done. We'd have to take the buildings off, and like a meat packing plant, and the buildings we take off now. I've got some silos with that ethanol plant that are taller than the back ones. So the moving the buildings will be the same as it's been.
How do you address the issue of skyboards?
We could put the skyboards on if we wanted to do that. Again, it gives you some privacy for what's going on inside, and I think it adds to
Adds to the dimension.
the look of it. And we can, the skyboards can come off. There's plenty of room. These two, you can put 48 feet of modules on 2 racks like this. Then you've got the corners, which would add another 4 feet to each one.
These are 6 foot long.
Yeah, 4 of them would go on each rack. That's not a full, that's just,
24 on place.
there's another layer, that's just half of it.
That gives you 48 running feet and 4 feet on the corners. Again, that's the rack I'm sitting on. But that's it. I mean, it's fast. The table legs will support 1,000 pounds. You do have to remember this. Well, that's pretty sturdy, but it is laminated door, so it's not going to take any hammer work.
Does anybody have a, Dave, can you get a carpenter square,
Well, sure. You mean right now?
like right now?
No, I don't have one right now.
I don't know if we've got,
Sure.
one.
You
Give one
gotta
from my
straight
house.
it, and you gotta straight it.
There's something over on the bench that we've got somewhere.
There's a combination square.
Do we put anything on top of these then, any foam, or the
Oh, yeah.
bed goes right on there?
No,